This is so weird, like this noise that she's making. You could put this on for 20 minutes and she'll still be making that noise. It's like, Jesus, woman. Saya returned from the kitchen where she'd gone in search of a midnight snack. She's munching on her favorite, spare ribs. Ew. For myself out of ease and impatience, I respond with a casual shrug.
ちょっと厄介なことになりそうだ。工事のやつが生きててさ。
あらま。
By breaking the news suddenly and without any trace of anxiety, I'm able to avoid frightening Saya. Instead, she's merely surprised. I knew that remaining calm would work. Well, I'm certainly getting my... It would be hard for anyone to get too serious under these circumstances.
なあさよ。僕たち、この家を引き払った方がいいかもな。
But the paint job, guys. You did an amazing job. You should be on like home... Yeah, you guys, they should be on home record. That'd be awesome.
そうか。
Saya lowers her eyes and strokes her chin thoughtfully.
まあ、どっちみち鈴見さんの一家が消えたのがバレれば、この近辺も騒がしくなってただろうし、遅かれ早かれ、こういう日は来てたと思うよ。
I can tell she's drunk to leave, but at least there's no sadness in her expression. Everything will be fine. I will protect my life with Saya, just as I have altitude now.
I've got the power!
Knowing that we've overcome one problem, filled with new confidence.
そんなことよりさよ。もう、そろそろ。
Finally, dude.
ダメダメ。
Saya hastily discards her spare ribs and pushes the still sucking you off of me.
もう踏み乗りったら、陽のおっぱいだとさやの時より硬くなる。
いや、それは。
And I thought I didn't have to censor stuff. Despite her sculling tone, Saya gently and passionately wraps her mouth. With my...
さや、も
いいよ、たっぷり。
Once I finished, I froze and unleashed my... Even while moaning around my... Saya grabbed me firmly by the waist, swallows all my sea without choking.
ごちそうさま。
Why? Okay, fine. Okay, one more this is the final episode. I promise you where there'll be any more these scenes.
う、欲張りだよな、さやは。絶対に独り占めなんだな、それ。
Cause she's thirsty.
当然でしょ。他の女にあげたりしたら承知しないんだから。
After burying her teeth in me grumpily, she barrels her face into my stomach.
本当に嫌だよ。
It's adorable how Saya goes from anger to pleading like this. I find myself reaching down to mussed up her hair.
大丈夫。安心していいよ。さあ、じゃあ急いで支度しよう。
We can travel light and take the Zumi family car. I better withdraw everything that's left in my bank account and carry it as cash. I'll also need a weapon, something more reliable than a butcher's knife. Koji will most likely follow. Think that Yo can still be saved. However, I'm not baiting this house just to run away. As long as Koji knows our location, we're stuck on the defensive. Leaving gives me a chance to regain the initiative and deal with him at the place of my choosing. The next time we meet, I'll kill him with my own two bare hands. I'll make sure to rig every last drop of life out of his body. A shiver runs down me that I anticipate the battle ahead, and my blood life burns my orgasmic fire. When Ryoko looks up, the morning sun is already steaming in through the window. Tired from hours of pointing over files, she removes her glasses and massages her achy eyes. Her dreams are always filled with horror, yet the night she spent with more nightmares than all of them. And it's still not over yet. He's only just set foot on the threshold. As expected, the files left by Ogai and Machito were not sorts that Ryoko would simply pick up and read. Fortunately, Ogai had been too old-fashioned to put his trust in electronic media. To encrypt his files on her computer, she'd have to find a hacker to decipher them. In fact, he had not employed any kind of code in his writing. That would have been too time-consuming by hand. The method of he did was quite simple. Of the files Ryoko pulled from her underground lab, the minority turned out to be notes from Ogai days as a student. The important paper were the diaries and research notes that had been scattered throughout the piles of work with scrap. At first, she was unable to understand documents she had found. Each she would come with text on one side and blank on the other, each one completely unrelated to the next, making it impossible to glean any meaning from the whole. The trick revealed itself, however, while she was sorting the pages that made no sense. She found that each line came on the same line of a different page. In Ogai's diary, for example, the first day began on the first line, then continued not with the next line, but with the first line on the next paper. Similarities: second day with the second line, third day with the third line, so on and so forth. I found out the lines on the set of the pages. Ogai has torn out and scattered them amongst these other files. There are no regulations how much pages were numbered, of course. I don't locate any sort of key or legend. Roku had no choice but to figure out the page order manually. Despite knowing that this task would be exhausting, Roku said to invite Vayagatu. After separating all the loose leaf sheets from the jumbled up piles, she began a painstakingly process of linking pages together according to content of the first line. He found that Ogai just mentored and scattered his diary each time he completed a number of days equal to the lines of one page, and so he had done with the research notes every 30 pages or so. The diary was much easier to restore. Because the entries varied in length, later pages had become a larger number of blank lines. The page with only one line, therefore, was the last page of the diary, and those with the most blank pages could be centered closer to the end. Roko's perseverance has paid off, for she had already succeeded in restoring several volumes of Ogai's diary. As she reads them, she feels the despair drain her spirit, as has so many times before. This cursed feeling of powerlessness that came with knowing hidden truths. Those who have tasted one shall be bitten down by it again and again, until the day they die. All secrets are connected after all. Once you've glimpsed even the tiniest fraction of the world's true face, you're no choice but to watch the horror as the veil rolls itself back inch by inch. Well, don't you pierce the veil. Sorry, I just had to make that joke. I don't even know. I know it's a band. I want to say it's an emo band. But then be like, it's not an emo band. It's very deep and it stopped me from committing suicide. But yeah, like, for any of you guys know, is Pierce the Veil like an emo? Is it a punk band, emo band? Like, what is it? I want to say it's emo or punk, but if I'm wrong, I apologize because I don't know much about music. I know rock and that pop song. If you read pop songs, they're so repetitive. What's a very repetitive pop song? I can't think of any that anyone would understand. There's that one song. I got that summertime sad. That lyric repeats over like 20 million times. I don't know. It really annoys me. Okay, I'll just remember my voice. I can see you're communicating with the organism. I just facepalmed there. This shows enormous curiosity and intelligence beyond doubt. See research note for confirmed voice patterns and body language. Its appetite for knowledge is inceptible. Its ornate sympathy is off the charts. However, it exhibits absolutely no desire to recognize that an individual. Its ego appears to be quite weak, suggesting a psyche wholly unlike that of a human. The seed of the organism's eugenic development is astonishing. When I laughed at its mispronunciation, it immediately picked up the concept of puns. I'm funny. Ever since, I've been employing its entire vocabulary in an attempt to find puns that will make me laugh. Perhaps in a few times a day, it will have learned enough language for us to communicate freely. The organisms can command the spoken language enough sufficient to authenticate higher level discord, but although it has regaled me questions all day, it remains unable to answer any of mine. It replies and suggests that it only gained awareness after it materialized in this universe. It has no knowledge of where it came from. Well, I'm disappointed. The fact that it has reached the level of intelligence only after 1 week, starting to think, told me that there's no end to what I can learn from it. Hypothesis. It's not a nearly occurring organism, but was created by an even more sophisticated sentient life form. Explain why it has no ego yet possesses such a hunger for knowledge. It might be some sort of reconic drone that was sent in from another world. Roko smiles humorously from the infant time since she started reading. How wonderful it would be if she could laugh the diary off as the delusion of a madman or the work of a science fiction writer. Alas, she knew far too much. Think back to the media horror that Ogai brought into her life. The words before her take on chilling creativity. Yeah, I kind of want to see like a little flashback of Ogai and her. Like, why does she hate him so much? I mean, That's something I don't think, well, if I remember, and this is almost over by the way, we got a few more episodes. He never really explained why she hates him so much. I guess because he never told her about Saya. I guess maybe she found out about Saya and she was like, oh, hell no. I confirmed that the organism's brain power far surpasses any humans. This morning, I taught about prime numbers. After I explained the Lucas and Lemmer test for Marinus primes, we began to look at examples that I calculated in his head. I was only able to confirm up by memory up to number 10, M89, but I continued to list further examples without any trouble. I left it to calculations, and when I returned home a few hours later, I discovered that I had written down more than 70 of them. Computers all over the world are currently working to calculate minutes and primes. At least the last one I remember being found was the 39th back in 2001. When I entered several of the results in my laptop and ran the Lucas test on that, I found every one was correct. The same is no doubt true of the rest. After all, the organism has never shown the pathological need for respect that would need to lie about his accomplishments. I see no reason to doubt veracity. See, he's so smart. See, I'm a teenager in the United States. He is a freaking college professor, doctor guy. He's so smart. If I could go through the world and invent a method of discovering Merson primes, Prime will make me a billionaire. Of course, my current research is far more than any sum of money. I must keep it a secret. The organism's computational speed extends that of even the most powerful supercomputers. I can only conclude that its cognitive facilities are beyond anything humanity can imagine. At the organism's request, we have begun a new field of study. Despite its immeasurable appetite for mathematics, it now desires sociology and the natural sciences. Perhaps our math problems are simply too elementary for it. It has shown especially keen instinct in the means by which organisms reproduce and multiply. As it possesses nothing that could be called emotion, I hesitate to use this description, but when I learned about DNA, it seems somehow excited. In fact, the organism itself seems surprised by its reaction. That was the nature of the impulse. The organism decided to label it instinct. Is this description indeed accurate? This is an extremely interesting development. It will mean that there's a deeper level to its psyche than just the knowledge it acquired since coming to the world. If I can use this discovery to trace its roots, I might be able to learn what it truly is. Note: candidates for the planet and world the organism's origin are discussed in on the Silver Key, filed separately. I spent the whole day carrying books into its room. Apparently, the organism is no longer satisfied with the knowledge I am able to impart. It should come no surprise, hearing its genetic prowess, but the speed at which it consumes text is astonishing. Dark continued for some time, chronicling the evening relationship between Ogai and it. In the back of her mind, Ryoko imagines the old doctor climbing down the well in the middle of the night to hold converse with some inhuman creature in that bizarre laboratory. The image is disturbingly similar to nightmares that have scattered the silence of many nights with her screams. What follows, however, makes it even worse than a pale in comparison. The organism made a very strange request. The first time it has asked me for anything other than food and reading materials. I can hardly believe it, but it once again seemed to swarm of living creatures. Instead of a desire for food, once again, it described the impulse as instinctive. Now that it has declared itself a life form that requires any seed of males, it began to identify itself as female. After that, its prototype started to call the organism a she. If the personality she begun to exhibit really just imitation grade for amusement, everything started to immerse herself in our literature. She has begun acting astonishingly human. She identified herself as female and now already possesses an enormous store of our cultural knowledge. She's trying to create a human identity for herself based on these. I have seen her laugh, growl angry, and today she cried. Is she just copying our emotional displays? If not, then she's already... Is the soul something that intelligent life form can acquire? I feel like I'm witnessing something more mysterious than the genesis of life itself. Today is her birthday. I'll share later. I want to give her a special gift. Saya will name my mother's cat, and Charlotte, she's my sole friend and beloved. I decided that long ago that if I ever blessed with a child, I'd give this name to my daughter. Happy birthday, Saya. Yeah, so this is Saya's origin and her relationship with Ogai. Ogai, really, she sees him as a dad because he taught her everything she knows. Would this be the name of your soul? You have earned it. You that Saya discovered in yourself is showing more encouraging results each day. I have known that she is a kind of artist. What exactly she created in her body from the rat semen I gave her? At this point, I can only submerge that type of retrovirus, or reverse transcribe enzyme that creates exactly what she desires. The breath of the transformed by her aura is so beautiful now. Many enzymes created by her body and the various activities that you discussed in detail in my biological observation. Found separately. Here, I will say this. By witnessing Cyberformer operating with several rats, I have much confidence on the theory that her body is specifically to manipulate the biology of other organisms. Which is true because she turned Yo into a blob creature and gave Suzumi meat vision. Roku looks grim at the unsorted mountain of research notes. If I managed to separate those papers, you'd probably find many other files mentioned in the diary. But with biological observation, at the very least, she wants to look under the thing called factual thing. She wants so before facing this thing called Saya. On a no circuit until she wants to go to the battle prepared. She looked at her watch, and it's already 7 in the morning. Between Tono and Koji made no stop. She'd be around Tokyo about now. That has 2 ways. She wished she stopped that stubborn fool from leaving. If she had a shoe in the leg to do it. And we are back to third person with Koji. Now, I'm in the episode off here because the next scene with Koji is really, and I mean really, if you've seen this before, you know why it's intense. What Fuminori finds in what Koji finds in Fuminori's house. Well, I'll see you in the next episode. Subscribe for more. Like, comment, favorite, share on Google Plus, Facebook. If you got Facebook, share it there. Share it to your family. Just for a kick. Show it to your grandma. Actually, don't show a sign of you to any of your grandmas, because she'll probably die, and I don't want anybody to die from watching my videos. Unless it's even if it's a happy note, I'll feel bad. But anyway, I'm rambling on. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys.